Hello, my name is Ali. I'm from CS2105 and today I'm gonna defend my assignment 5 and 6. On this exercise, I set up and installed the print and document services roles on Windows server, and this functionality enables administrators to manage and deploy printing services across the local networks and ports. So let's start. Going to the manage, add roles and features wizard. Here's my server, Ali server 1. Before, this part we are doing is the same, but in server roles we're adding print and document server tools, adding feature, and we have gap that we did it. Choosing print server, then confirmation, we are just installing. As you can see, my installation succeed. Then we have successfully installed print server, so we must configure them using the print management panel. Panel control is the feature of the Windows server that enables us centralized control and administrations of printers and print services in network settings. So choosing my server, going to the print management, like here tools, print management here in the end, to start next exercise, installing printers and deploying using Active Directory. Here I wrote my Microsoft Publisher, and for this task on this task here I needed to add new printers. Here went to the from this print management, go to the my server, add printer, by the choosing LPT1 printer port, install new driver, MS Publisher color printer, and calling it MS Color. Brief information and installation succeed. Here is the list of the printers that are available and ready for my server. As you can see, it's working. Then going to the LPT2, add printer, now choosing printer port second, install new driver, and choosing publisher image setter, and we'll call it MS Mono because it's black and white printer. Succeed, and again list, and here my server, and my printers are available and ready. So then we must add our MS Color to the domain directory and deploy MS Mono with the group policy. So here list and directory, and then we are adding it to domain directory. Second one, MS Mono, deploy with the group policy. Here we choosing button browse, choosing default domain policy. Here you can see, clicking add, and we apply and OK, and here it is, device and printers. My printers are ready. Scheduling printer access, we may arrange printer access time and prioritize users' print operations to avoid utilizing MS Color printers and restrict output. So here my print, adding printer for organize his time, choosing LPT1 MS Publisher Color Printer as the same, but now calling it MS Color PM. Brief information again, success installation, and go into the properties, and in the section advanced, available from choosing this option and giving the time from 9 AM to 5 PM. Going to the properties again, and in the section security we are adding domain users, writing domain to find out domain admins, and removing everyone. And that's the end of this exercise. And going to the lab challenge, creating a printer pool. In this challenge we attempted to organize a large number of print tasks by constructing a printer pool that allows print jobs be distributed over several print machines. here my printers, list of my printers, sorry, of the loudness, and select. We are like adding print and selecting add by IPP, TCP IP, sorry, giving this hostname or IP address like 10.0.0.22.0, detecting, choosing Hewlett-Packard Direct, detecting again, and install new driver, going to the next, and instead I use Microsoft Windows Update in the settings to obtain extra drivers and work correctly all this. But now we can see the same list and we need Hewlett-Packard printers, so clicking button Windows Update, and you can see the list is updated really, and we have more printers. In the example there, in the task they're asking was 4550, not 4550, 4250, but it's also PCL6 and class driver, and on the list you can see there is no any 4250, so I choose this option and Google it, and it will, there is no a lot of changes, like, and it will work correctly. Here gave name, sorry for this misunderstanding, like I took a screenshot and wrote it here like this, but now it's giving brief because I corrected later, like clicked on back and renamed, but before that I made a screenshot like with the previous name, sorry. Succeed installation, and here is the list you can see of my printers, and it's also available, like and going to this printer properties, ports, and port is working, but we need to add new port, sorry, standard TCP IP port, and here it is, like welcome to the add standard, giving like installation, writing printer name, but now it's 10.0.0.22.1, detecting again, choosing Hewlett-Packard, finishing, like here you can see, and as you can see it's working, like I have gaps on port 22.0 and 22.1, but we need to add more ports, so I did these previous steps again and again, and as you can see I have gaps on 22.2, 22.3 and 22.4. And that's the end of the assignment 5. Let's go to the assignment 6. Configuring DHCP server for offering DHCP parameters to a DHCP client computer. Like first exercise is cert exams DHCP. I attempt to create DHCP laboratory exercise in order to establish a DHCP server, and I downloaded cert exams network and lab simulator. Here installation, choosing demo version. Here in this option choosing open lab simulator, we have this, and select device to configure. We're choosing VS1 later, but before that we go into the DHCP server IP settings and giving these options, go in DHCP scope, also adding our options. On VS1 we have this, like when you click on VS1 the Windows networking dialog box will output, and if it hasn't already been chosen, we will select obtain IP address automatically and click OK. Like here VS1, but like I said that it's if we will if we will make as my example, we did this part and then the second one like this, it will be here look without our options, but I fix it and choosing the server VS1 and writing ipconfig all, and we can see that all my options that I gave to IPv4, subnet mask, default gateway, and DNS server and alternate DNS server is my options is saved. Going to the next exercise, it's the Windows Server 2022, like my host OS of the server, and Windows 10 Pro, it's my guest OS on VMware Workstation. So we're attempting to configure DHCP server using Windows Server and dynamic host configuration protocol, our DHCP server capability that may be installed and configured on the Windows server. And it's referred to as a GCP server in the context of Windows server, and is charged automatically assigning IP addresses. So going to the Microsoft official site, downloading media creation tool to make ISO file of Windows 10, giving like basic options like not changing, and going to the VMware workstation. Here you can see that I went to the like new operating system, like choosing custom, and in the end we have new Windows 10, like to connect to my domain and work it and configure DHCP, sorry, like basic installation of Windows, giving name AliPC, like to figure out that it's this machine, like this guest OS in the future. In this guest OS AliPC, I'm giving these options like addresses. Then on my host OS, like server OS, I can say that Ali server 1, I'm creating new user to work correctly and to make guest OS connect to the my domain. Then we are attempting to to ping it from PC to server, from server to ping. Here, first one, it's pinging to our PC from server OS. Like I went to my server OS, opened cmd and wrote it command ping and entered my IP, which I did here. As you can see, all files was sent correctly and it's working. Then I'm pinging own server by my guest OS, and also checking like ipconfig all if all information about my system is correct. Then on my guest OS, I'm just adding my VMware workstation system, like Windows 10 Pro version, to my domain. We are going to the settings, about, then again about, and choosing advanced system settings here. Clicking change, and already changed the name, but now I'm choosing option domain to connect my system to this. As you can see, in the end, my guest OS is connected to the domain and gives this window, and then after that it's giving the window like we need to restart to rebuild system, like I did it. Then on my server, I'm adding feature like GCP server tools to this guest OS and to work correctly. Here you can see like choose option. Sorry for the screenshots, but there are like 52 pages, and in the end it's a lot of words, so sorry. And I tried to make short, but it couldn't. Here confirmation, restart the system destination, like it's installed already, and like restart the system, and after that it's giving the options like post install configuration wizard, like if it's correctly working, summary, like it's working correct, yeah. Then my system, we go into the DHCP manager. I'm increasing the IPv4 scope of DHCP from like one IP to the next one, and the subnet mask on DHCP manager here. My server, choosing DHCP manager. Then choosing IPv4 display statics. Oh no, not display statics, sorry, new scope. And it is a new scope wizard, giving name DHCP, giving address IP, and in the end of IP address, like of increasing the IPv4, and giving the length and subnet mask. Then add exclusion and delay, like here. List duration, like days, hours, minutes. I don't remember, like you can see or not. It's writing like 8 days. Configure DHCP options, like yes, I want to configure this option now to configure our DHCP, giving IP address, as you can see. And parent domain, you can see like IP addresses and my domain on domain name and DNS server. Then Win servers, like going to the next, active scope, and at the end, like completing the new scope wizard for my DHCP. I enable DHCP feature on network configuration of AliPC after completing DHCP server scope, then verify it on ipconfig all and network connection details. Here, like only following server address, like I obtain IP address automatically, and after that, to confirm that GCP working correct, you can see that my data IPv4 it's giving these addresses as I mentioned on configuration of DHCP, like here. Then I did it yesterday on Saturday, yeah, and doing on this Sunday. So this information ipconfig all, and that's the all of assignment 6. And I want in this conclusion of my assignment 5 and 6, like it's for us students gave hands-off practice with the critical network management tasks. Like we were able to grasp and the process of automate IP addresses assignment and network setup parameters by configuring DHCP server on our Windows server and Windows 10 like as the guest OS. We obtained the power to centrally monitor and regulate IP addresses allocation by deploying DHCP server. Then the printer management setup exercise acquainted us to the procedure for installing and configuring a printer on server. Then we discovered how to connect a printer, install the required drivers, and configure printer sharing. Like we were able to construct a printer pool using the printer pool setup, allowing several printers to share print tasks and enhance overall printing efficiency. Sorry for my pronunciation. Okay. And overall, we gained a better grasp of DHCP server configuration, like printer management and their responsibilities in network administration as the result of this experience of this assignment 5 and 6. These abilities are critical for us to make successfully managing networks and guaranteeing seamless operations in the real world. And CERT exams plus laboratory exercise on GCP configure gave us useful insights and particular knowledges of relevant to variety of networking situation. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.